You know how you wake up in the morning and there's a kind of a void, an empty space of possibility that could turn into something, some writing, um, some deep reading, some creation of some kind, and then often it gets filled by random stuff from the internet. The issue there, as far as I can tell, is not the internet, um, but it's a particular property that certain parts of the internet have, which is that they present you with something that you did not ask for. And it's something novel, something random, something you did not know was there, possibly something that wasn't there yesterday. And so for me, when I aim to create an experience of focus, particularly first thing in the morning, one of the that criterion is basically what I use to figure out what to look at and what not to look at. And so I'll say it again. It's sites that present you with things that you didn't ask for and that you sort of didn't know were there. And so obviously, this applies to the classic, scrolling through Twitter type thing. But it also applies to um, uh, messenger apps, because in some sense, the whole point of messaging is that it allows other people to send you something that you didn't ask for. If you always had to ask in order to get a message from somebody, there would never be any inbound message. It'd be quite weird. I don't even know quite what that would be like. Something interesting there. But yeah, so if if you have a way to, block these kinds of messenger sites, block Twitter, that kind of thing, I use just a simple user style because I trust myself not to turn it off, because I know that I want that focus, and it's enough to remind me, oh yeah, you're in focus mode right now. But yeah, so you can sort of turn off social media with its scrolling. You can turn off messenger apps, and also turn off news sites, right? Because the whole point of news sites is to present you with stuff that you didn't ask for, and stuff that's new and novel and exciting, and it's kind of unbounded is sort of the quality here. It's if you wake up and you pick up a book, the book is bounded, and the book doesn't have anything in it that it didn't have in it yesterday. It's the same book. Now, you might get a new insight out of the book if you read it again, but there's sort of, you're not under any pretense that it has been updated, that it has new exciting stuff. An interesting edge case is something like Pocket, where people save articles to read later. I think within the spirit of this, if all you're aiming to do is sort of keep away from this, like, present you with something you didn't ask for thing, I think within the spirit of this, it can be totally workable to check out an article that you have saved because you want to read it. You're like, yeah, it's time to read that article. But if you just open Pocket being like, hey, give me something to read, then this is totally the, like, present me with something I didn't ask for, because something to read is not, there's no question there. And the question is not specific enough. You're still letting the external world tell you what to look at, even if it was past you who kind of queued that stuff up. Because look, it's past you who queued up all your Twitter followers as well. It's past you who decided what news site to look at. But there's still a sense in which it's arbitrary. But if you, like, have an article saved, you're like, I want to go read that article. Great. Also, doing a Google search to, like, answer a question and, like, find an article about that, like, that's also great because it's coming from that intrinsic motivation. So that's my little approach for figuring out what stuff to not look at when I'm trying to stay focused. I'll put a couple related links in the description.